All right. So today, in our previous video, we did a cubby holder for my lawnmower. And after using it for a couple of days, I decided that, okay, it's good. We can actually list it for sale. I don't see any issues with it. It seemed to be holding up well. Didn't cause any problems, no rubbing or chafing or anything like that. So I'm pretty happy with it. So today's video, we're going to do the last, which is considered the final product. Another print. We're going to get some photos of it. We're going to take those photos and then we're going to go outside and we're going to take some photos of it on the mower. And it is absolutely dead ass noon. So these photos will not be amazing, but I'll try to do the best I can. And then we're going to get that listed on Amazon. And yes, I've been on Amazon since January. And still, every time I list something causes me a tremendous amount of stress.
I don't need therapy.
So let's get to it. We're going to get started right now. Oh, yeah. And don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff, because it helps me out, man. I appreciate it. All right. Here we are at my handy dandy folding table because I retch out the flexi spot and they were like,
that's a hard pass.
Oh.
Anyway, so what we needed to do was to make sure we're going to do one last prototype, which we have done here. And we did this on the A1. And the reason being is I need to make sure that if I bring a product to market, that every machine I have is capable of producing that part. And as you can see, it is a rather large part. And I would prefer not to do large parts, but in an instance where we are serving a niche market, we can ask for a little more of a premium price. And that kind of justifies the... So we've got some like stringies we're going to knock loose here. Sure. All right. So let's take our brim off. And I didn't know if this was 100% necessary, but you know what? I thought, let me put it on there because the post processing on a brim really isn't that bad. So here is our finished product. Maybe we could have, you can see right there, maybe we could get a little bit better surface there with maybe one more layer. It's a relatively low infill because the walls are so thick. This thing is so heavy duty. I did a relatively low infill, and that's why the floor of the box looks like that. I need to test this outside just to make sure one more time that this hole is correct. Actually, this is the finished product. So now that we've deburred it and it's looking pretty good, we're going to take some photos of it here on our white table. And those will be the photos. Unfortunately, Amazon requires the first photo to be on 100% white background. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to bend the knee to the Amazon and give them 100% white background image for the first image. But after that, we can show additional photos of it in place on the mower. But they certainly prefer that first photo to be of 100% white background. So I'll just kind of show you how I pulled that off. And we're going to use this whole table and we'll take a photo and then we use Photoshop to remove the rest of the background just so we're showing people the box itself. And then we'll go out and install it on the motor. No, we'll install it on the mower and then we'll take some photos of it on the mower so people get some context of where it goes on the mower. So you can see here the final prototype changes was I was bringing that, even with that control surface so it's not sticking up above the control surface. And I just like it a lot better. Plus, that additional makes it much easier to get to that wing nut to tighten it up. So I'm super happy with that. So we're going to go ahead and get some photos of it and then we'll get it ready to get listed online. All right, so we've got our listing put together. And let me show you first off the photo. I did list it on Amazon, as you can see. It says missing offer, and I'm telling you, this is completely normal. It will take a literal eternity for this to come up. I highly recommend you reach out and touch base with my friend, Mountain Maker on YouTube. If you want to know more about Amazon listings, I literally had anxiety trying to list this thing, and I've been doing it for a few months now. It is so just crazy. I just hate it. But it is listed, and you can see it does say missing offer, and you would think that means something, but it actually doesn't. It just means they haven't processed it yet. Now, we did get our photos done. We got the initial photo, which is going to be this one, which is just that white-only background that Amazon requires. And I promise you, I have a feeling that this one's going to get bonked. And it's because of the shadow. You see that shadow on the right side? I've had one restricted for less. So I have a feeling that one's going to get restricted. For that second photo, you can be a little more creative. So this one, I just put some nice text at the top, attaches with factory hardware, durable UV and chemical resistance, not resistant. We have to be realistic. And then designed and produced in the USA, which is both very true. And then I put Pro Z500 on there because I have a feeling if you paid the money for a Pro Z500, you're probably pretty proud of it. And then down here, a little box with the arrow pointing to the using the factory wing nut to make that attachment. And I'm pretty good with that. I think that's probably good. And we'll hit reload here, and we're still missing our offer, but I have a feeling what's going to happen. It'll go from missing offer to active, and then it will get a little thing over here on the right side that says there's something wrong with your main picture. I'm almost sure of it.
We've been down that road too many times before.
But I need to do this, and then I can create the affiliate link, and then I can go to make some promotions. Now, I don't want to use the same photos when I'm going to promote it on like Facebook or whatever I'm doing to promote it. I don't want to use the same photos because then that's a dead giveaway that I'm the guy that created it and I'm just self-promoting. So we're going to wait until the sun goes down a little bit more. That way I can get a little bit different photo of it and then kind of show it, take some more photos of it. So let's see here. No, still screwed. Okay. So let's go back to the item itself. We did that print and it really was the final print. Like this whole alignment is absolutely perfect. Everything worked great. Now, what we noticed in that last print, I didn't really care for that top layer, and the top layer was simple to fix, in my opinion. It was set to top layer shell layers of 3, and then the top shell thickness was 0.8 millimeters. So I just went ahead and made that 0, which means it doesn't dictate how thick that layer is. It just goes by the layer height. And then I went ahead and put 4 layers, right, with a 0.3 layer height. You can do the math. Okay, now sparse infill density is another thing I changed. I had it down to 6, and again, that's great for the walls because the walls are so thick, but unfortunately, it's not great for the bottom. So I went and bumped it up to 10, which again, this is adding more material, but you know, is what it is. And then went in and made a modification to the brim type. The brim is set to automatic in Orca, and I wish they would really change that. I wish it was off by default. But I did put in outer brim and made it 4 millimeters just to help, you know, adhere it out on those absolute edges because, you know, things can curl. It happens. So we'll file save that, and that's pretty much it. Now we'll go back and see, is it here? No, it's still missing offer. Okay, so no. Probably not going to see in this video this item become active. Not much I can do about it. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, no, so we're all done. Like I said, if you want to see more about these listings, yes, go find Mountain Maker. Went multiple videos on how to do Amazon and FBA and all that stuff. And hoorah to him because I can't do it. Like, I seriously, this shit gives me anxiety. It's crazy. And that's it. It's online. It's ready to go, but it still says missing offer. I'm not kidding you. It still says missing offer. It will take forever. You have to have the patience of a saint to sell on Amazon. You really do. But I know at some point it will. I'll go back and check it and it'll become live. And then at that point, you know, it will be able to be purchased. And then at some point, that's one of those products, like my other product was real easy. It's an accessory to another product, right? So all I have to do is put it in the same category. when they come on there and they're searching for that product, they'll find my product and they'll be like, whoa, that's cool. We could use that. Pretty easy, right? This one, no one that bought a Pro Z500 is going to be on Amazon looking for Pro Z500 stuff. I looked on there. There's like some mower blades and a couple replacement parts, but not a drastic amount of stuff. I'd imagine the vast majority of reach I'm going to be able to get will be social media. I imagine that's going to be the case. But as you guys know, I will keep you posted on sales and how things go and if it takes off or if it's just another product in the list of things that never sold. We'll find out. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that little bell so you get notifications the next time I upload a video. Now, it could be something about the industry itself. It could be something about products. It could be anything related to small 3D print businesses. And if that's your jam, then this is your spot. Later.